violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. So guys, I wanted to do this video on Bronny James and why people are so outraged, especially black women are so outraged that he's taking a white woman to prom. And I want to use a series of, possible reasons why this may be a thing, especially when it comes to brothers dating out, especially high. I'm not gonna say he's high earning, he's still in high school, but I mean he come from that bag, so he knows the high life. Okay, a lot of older sisters are upset that he's dealing with a white chick. Okay, but I'm gonna give you some examples of maybe why he made that decision. Now, it's not applicable to every woman, okay? I'm not saying this is every sister, but there is a general theme going on, and I think that this video and others that I have are going to highlight what I'm talking about. So let's get into it.
Where you calling us from?
The shopping center right now at the nail shop, waiting on my friend to come out, sitting in the car.
What city is it located?
I'm in LA.
Okay.
Flossin and Western.
She's in LA. Okay, Tiffany, how old are you?
I'm 39.
39. Do you have any kids?
3 kids, 3 baby daddies, and they all gang bang. Yes.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
All your baby daddies are gangbangers?
Yes. Is that something wrong with that or what? Like
3 kids, 3 baby daddies, and they all gang bang. That's what she said. And she's acting as she said, is that something wrong with that? Yes. There is something wrong with that. Okay? There is something wrong with that. For one, any man that tries to come into your life, is he's gonna be stepping on eggshells. Cause what you gonna do? Oh, I'ma call my baby daddy. I'm gonna call one of them. Like, what type of guy wants to deal with that? And she thinks it's perfectly normal. She thinks it's fine. This is a 39-year-old woman. She's almost 40 years old. And she looks pretty young, I'm not gonna lie. I'll give it to her. But she's almost 40 years old and she's acting like a 12-year-old. This could be one of the reasons why Bronny chose to make that decision with the Becky. Okay? He's seen too much of this. Because a lot of people saying, oh, well, he ain't been around sisters and he might go to this school where, look, when it comes to that, if you go to like one of these private schools, especially one of these very expensive schools, the demographics are going to be low when it comes to the community. That's just facts, okay? But there are some other sisters there, just like there are other brothers there. Maybe they're athletes, maybe they're whatever, okay? And if he didn't want to deal with them who were in his vicinity, there was probably a reason why. And this attitude, this mindset is not mutually exclusive to hood boogers. I know everybody's going to be in the car, well, these are just hood boogers. No. Even chicks who are getting the bag, who are, very established careers, are still acting like that. That's the reality. You can't say, bro, I don't know what to tell you, man. It just is what it is. Okay? It just is what it is. And I wanted to show you guys that because this is the situation of a lot of these sisters, and they are expecting us to pick up the slack. They expecting dudes who are, well, they're not really, obviously they're not expecting us, right? The quote unquote educated lanes, because, she's dealing with 3 gangbangers, she said, okay? She's dealing with 3 super gremlins on demon time. And she expects you to come in the middle of that, take care of all her kids, give her the emotional and all this kind of stuff while she's still screwing her baby daddies on the low. All right, guys. So I have another video that kind of just solidifies what I'm talking about. This is a woman who is getting arrested. Obviously, she's making light of getting arrested. Getting arrested is nothing to play with. And when I show you this video, you're just going to be like, wow, this is what we on. So as you can see, she is actively twerking on the officer while he's putting handcuffs on her. And I mean, thank God she didn't resist. But this is what brothers are dealing with out here. Like, what type of man wants his woman, for one, getting arrested, for two, when she gets arrested, twerks on the officer? And obviously the officer ain't want no parts of that. Okay? But this is what we dealing with out here. And people want to act like it's not a thing. It's a thing. Wake up. And then the people in the comment section, bro, they're needed this laugh, but this is why they claim we have to be dealt with differently. No, that's not the reason. Twerking on the officer is not the reason why, okay? Twerking on the officer is not the reason why. If this was a dude and he was like bucking up and doing all this kind of stuff, then you'd be like, okay, this is the reason why they say we got to deal with it. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. This is harmless, okay? In the grand scheme of things, her twerking on the officer, it's insignificant to the existence of whatever police department that is, okay? And then people making jokes of it. He taking her somewhere, but not this station. She said, my name is Cheeky Cheek Cheek. Okay, I didn't even listen to the audio. Better pray he don't put SA off on an officer on the paper. What? Stuff like this is hard to watch. Sometimes I just feel our people is damn lost. So you got some people who got sense in the comment section, but at the same time, if you put them in a public setting, I guarantee they won't say the same thing. Guarantee. Embarrassing. So you wonder and you're asking, why did Bronny James deal with dude? This is why. All right, so I wanted to show you guys this last video here on how they're gonna shame you, okay? How they're going to shame you. And you know, what this sister says in this video, I'll let her speak her piece, and she does kind of have a point, but let's get into it.
Of all the black women in the world, this nigga got him a motherfucking Wobecky with tattoos and shit on the side of her goddamn face.
So you heard what she said. She said, of all the black women in the world, this N-word has a Wobecky, as in it's like a play on Woe Vicky and the term Becky, which is often identified or used to identify white women. He said out of all the black women in the world, he got a Woe Becky with tattoos on her face and on her back. I agree. Okay, brothers, we cannot be out here dealing with scallywags like this. You making a whole IR dating thing look bad, bruh. You making it all look bad. Because if this is what you gonna go for one, is hella sisters with tattoos, okay? Hella. And a lot of them got the chest tattoos, but this, I couldn't even imagine hitting a woman from the back and she got a whole mural on her back. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of women with tattoos, but that's neither here nor there. I agree with the sister in a way, but at the same time, you could get a sister with the same amount of tattoos. She'll have tattoos on her face too, okay? Even the bad chicks are tatting their face up. So, you know, she kind of has a point. He definitely got to do better. But at the same time, this is a way that they are going to shame you. I'm just going to let you know. I'm not saying that she's completely wrong in her assessment of the situation, but this is a way that they're going to shame you, okay? So let's get into it.
Of all the black women in the world, this nigga got him a motherfucking Wobecky with tattoos and shit on the side of her goddamn face. Get your ass out the motherfucking way.
So she's tight about that. She's tight about that. So what I would say, man, if you are a brother and you are gonna date IR, bro, you need to be dealing with some top level, like top notch, okay? Cause that don't look right. All right, but as you guys can see, people in the comment section are mad that Bronny is with the white chick, you know, cute little white chick for him, you know, for his age and stuff. So ain't nothing wrong with it. My thing is, they said Dr. Umar enters the chat. They upset, man. They are upset. So much so that it has created reactions on the internet all over the place. And we're gonna go and look at one of the main sources that put out a huge story on it, which is pretty funny. So let's get into it.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
So I'll just ask all you parents out there, keep in mind how you feel if your child is attacked on social media. How would you deal with it? How would they deal with it? Now, according to some people on social media, LeBron James's son, Bronny, committed the ultimate crime, get this, taking a white girl to the prom.
Okay, so let's speak on that. We talk about like racism and discrimination, and the main people who were mad were the sisters. I always say this, the most racist people, if you had to pick, okay, in America at least, who's most likely to be the most racist, is gonna be sisters and it's gonna be white men. Now, obviously, I'm not saying every white man is racist, but the likelihood, like if you wanted to say, okay, who is more likely to be racist out of everybody, I would say it's sisters and white men and these super gremlins, okay? Because, you know, it's a lot of racism out here, but they don't categorize it as racism if you're a minority. Like one time I was talking to this Mexican chick and she was freaking racist as hell to white people. And I was like, you are becoming you're becoming the bigot that you say that they are. Like she's talking all this crap about white people and I'm just sitting here like, dude, how are you lumping all these people in? And the funny thing was, she was doing it in front of these white chicks and obviously knows they not finna do nothing about it, so they ain't finna check her. And then she's like, and then like the girls are like, oh well, it's fine, like, oh, we already know. Like they're just taking it. It was disgusting to me, and I'm just sitting there like, yo, people just in general, people need to have more pride for themselves and stand up for themselves. So like, if you just talking all greasy and stuff, I'm gonna say something about it, and I'm gonna be like, okay, you can't categorize everybody in that way, but you know, what you're saying does or does not have validity. But anyways,
believe it or not, that's what people are calling the ultimate crime. Both shared pictures of each other, and it...
Okay, so we got a lot going on here. I'm surprised they didn't blur these kids' faces out. But let me... Looking at the body language, her head tilted away. So maybe he's not even dealing with her on that tip. Maybe he just went to prom with her just because he's prom king. Obviously, he's LeBron James' son. And she's probably going to be the prom queen. Could be a political move. They probably aren't even doing anything, all right? Kissing or whatnot. They just there. Her head is tilted away from him. It doesn't show, you know, signs of they're really together like that. Now, this woman right here, she is tilted toward Bronny. So her head is tilted toward Bronny. And then this light-skinned dude right here, there's enough separation between them. So it's not like the person you take to prom, you're just dealing with them on a romantic level. That's my point. And then you have the sister right here, who is, that's not a brother. That's not a brother right there. So why are we all up in arms? Why aren't people under her comment section? They only do it to black men. They only do it to black men. That's what it is. Bronny James doing the right thing. He done got caught up smoking gas on camera a couple times. But other than that, no scandals. All right. Might be geeked up and go off on a rant on social media, but other than that, he's Gucci. He's a regular kid. He loves hoops. But we have this sister right here, and then women are in the comment section talking about he betraying the race. Is she betraying the race? Why didn't she get with Bronny? Why didn't she get with this sun glider right here? Why did she get with? So they only do it to black men. It doesn't matter what the women do. They can deal with whoever they want to, and they're praised for it. But when black men decide to date IR, it's a problem.
It didn't take long for the horrible, despicable, disgusting people to go in on these two kids.
And notice that it was only black women. All the people went in. No, it was just black women. Keep it a buck.
17 years old. Some saying they were disappointed in Bronny, and others going as far to call the girl a gold digger.
Wow. But everybody at the high school comes from money. LeBron might be the richest dude. But look, man, they used to dealing with bread. People, when you're on that level, when you can afford $60,000 a semester, your kids are gonna date rich people. Get over it.
A young girl in high school. My next guests agree that was totally out of line and unforgivable.
And they're probably going in this girl's comments and torturing her. I mean, if she's smart, she'll come up off of it. If she's smart, she'll come up off of it.
First of all, Rashonda, your thoughts on this?
You know, it's actually really sad. I on one hand, I get it. You know, you're in a place where you can highlight a black queen, as so many people are saying, but they're kids.
Where they at, though? The black queen is with a glider king. So what the fuck? What are they talking about? Where they at, though? Where they at?
Kids. You know, he's at a $40,000 school. It's not a whole lot of other black kids at a $40,000 school. And so just
there's a black woman right there, but guess who she's with? They're doing this whole montage on LeBron, but they're not even sure. For one, like I said, I'm surprised they ain't even blur out their faces. But literally, what about them? The sister is right there with, and they look like they're actually together. Bronny and the glider queen, she doesn't even look, they don't even look like they're together. Her head is tilted away. It doesn't, you know, hand on the stomach, yes, but it doesn't really look like she all up on him. Shorty put that booty to bro like, yeah, what? And I'm holding the hand. and I'm holding his hand. They're like fingers interlocked. Like, come on, bruh.
Just let the kids live.
What about you,
Rashonda got a burner account. She was in them shade room comments. Stop it.
Karen? Your thoughts on this as a social media expert, and you have seen this time and time again. But we're talking about kids now.
Absolutely. You know, I think social media gives everyone a platform to just give away their unsolicited opinions, and people start to jump on this bandwagon.
People? It's not people, it's black women. Are they going to address the issue or not?
And hop onto the cancel culture that we're living in. So just to Rashonda's point, you know, this is a
You can't cancel a hooper. Come on.
kid. People
Unless he's Kyrie. If he's not vaxxed, yeah, you can definitely cancel him.
have the freedom and the right to choose who they want to date and who they want to take to prom. And I think it becomes very polarizing when we start giving our opinions as to what race you should be dating. I mean, it's just unnecessary.
It's not polarizing, it's racism. It's not polarizing, it's straight up bigoted racism. Coming from who? Black women.
To be even sharing that on social media. But LeBron James himself is just such a big figure. So anything that's associated with him, his son, his family, anything they do is going to spark reactions on social media.
Reactions from sisters. Why have they not addressed? They're not going to. They can't.
And Rashonda, I'm sure maybe the young girl, she may have went home and cried about this after reading these comments.
Yes.
Possibly he even cried as well.
No. He rolled up a blunt and he was good.
You know, people forget these are people too, and very young people who are impressionable and can be hurt by those ugly words out there and racism.
Yeah, I wanted to cry for her. I mean, you know, they're calling her a money hungry girl. I mean, she's at a $40,000 school. I doubt she's that money hungry. You know, they've just labeled her immediately, but I could only think of my own teen daughters. You have these keyboard bandits that just want to weigh in and give their opinion.
Keyboard bandits as in keyboard sisters. They're not going to say it. They can't. They are not going to say it. They can't. Even Rashonda, she's a sister and she can't say it. It's not no keyboard warriors. It's the sisters. That's all it is. Okay?
On anything, and in the midst of all of this, we just are losing decency.
Yeah.
Because I am sure
We. This is the same dude who did the story on Kevin Samuels. They did Kevin Samuels, they did Kevin Samuels about how they doing Bronny James, slick, you know, except at least Bronny is still alive.
they were really hurt by this. I can only imagine their special night has been ruined for life behind this.
And that's a great point she makes, Karen, that, you know, people are just mean and vicious out there.
People are just mean it, bruh. It was only black women. That's the funny part. It was only sisters who were mad. And they're talking about people are just mean. By the way, Isaiah, you got some white corners. You need to get a napkin, my dog. Get a napkin before you come on the damn TV with this shit.
What would you advise a parent to do to a child who's gone through something like this?
Now I can't unsee it, Jesus
And
Christ.
it's not on this scale, but we know this happens all the time. What would you tell a parent to tell that child who may have been victimized on social media to do after encountering something like that?
Absolutely. It's really even hard to digest that as a parent and the times that we're living in, that we have to educate our children and just bolster their strength, you know, before going into a situation like this. But I think just reminding teens, reminding kids that, you know, social media, it's a digital playground, and you never know what you might get when you go to the playground.
A digital playground, bruh. Oh my God. Why are they giving these women excuses?
You know, there's going to be your friends that you can play with, and kids.
These women are, a lot of them are mean, vicious, like quick to get an attitude, short-tempered. Okay? Look at what happened in the shooting, the mass shooting in Buffalo at the Top supermarket. The sister answered the phone. Why you whispering? Why you whispering? Are you serious? And nobody has addressed that. Nobody wants to address that. Nobody.
That are going to be ugly. We all are facing judgment from all sides. Some people speak it. Some people type it out. Some people don't. But I think that that's what we're exposed to. So it's a different conversation to be had for people that have normal teens in normal settings, right? This is not a normal couple. So hopefully LeBron and his wife have done their diligence as parents of celebrity children to prepare them for this type of lash that social media is going to present. However, normal kids, normal teens should just be reminded that social media is just a digital playground where you get a bunch of bullies. You get, some people that you make genuine friendships with, because it is a place to connect and befriend one another as well. But it is just that. It is just a digital playground, and people are going to act out.
It is so pathetic to me that there are now grown men that are going to follow the prom date on Instagram.
Oh, so now you see, now it's pathetic. It's grown men going to follow the... Oh, what about the grown women who are interested in LeBron James' son's dating life? What about the grown women who are interested in Bronny James, who are mad that he's dealing with a glider queen? Okay? So Rashonda wants to excuse the sisters of being vicious, being vindictive, just being straight up cruel in the comment section, and probably commenting on Bronny James' girl or whatever, his friend's Instagram. But she wants to bring up, there's some grown men who fought. Well, she's about to be 18, so sorry. And honestly, if you look at the age of consent, I don't know where they at, but a lot of the age of consent throughout the states is 16, 17. So it wouldn't be like they're breaking the law to follow her.
And they're harassing her in the comments. Adults and teenagers are harassing this young woman in her comments. She will end up having to delete her Instagram because of who she went to the prom with.
A lot of ugliness out there, guys.
You should actually do that. Go dark, hide out for a while.
No. This is what the weak-minded do. They, I'm scared. No, you stand 10 toes on that joint. You go even harder. Limit your comments, maybe do that, whatever. But you stand 10 toes on it. Yeah, I dealt with him. Post more pictures with him. Unapologetically, we just friends too. Ooh. That part'll sting too. Oh, we just friends. We just went to the prom together. You ain't go to prom with your friend. See, and women have the ability to say, oh, well, I just went to prom with him. Like it was a lot of chicks who went to prom with a dude who they didn't end up sleeping with at that night at my prom, at least. Okay. So they went to prom for the look and then ended up going home with Pookie and Ray Ray. Let's keep it a buck. So women will just say, oh, well, I went to prom with him. I didn't even screw him. I just went to prom with him. But then Bronny James had to be dealing with her romantically to go to prom with her? Like, what? It's crazy.
A lot of ugliness out there, guys.
You should actually do that. Go dark, hide out for a while. It'll blow over.
I do it all the time. Thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.